episode 63 of the We'll Just Agree
To disagree.
podcast. I'm Beyonce Fox.
And I am Ryan Lee. What up, B?
Man, what a day, what a week, what a month, what a year, what a decade. Everything's everything. How you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing good. You're going through today?
Not going through, but it's just like, man, life and these challenges. I love it. Curveballs, you got to catch them. That's all you got to do. Keep it moving. Nothing else to it.
What are we talking about today, B?
What are we talking about today? Actually, you and I had a conversation earlier this week, and we thought we'd bring it to the podcast. I don't quite recall how it was worded.
I don't even understand how it got started. And then it got deep all of a sudden.
I know.
And then we both were like, wait, we need to have this conversation on the podcast, because if you guys remember in the introduction episode, we told you me and Beyonce talk a lot. And now we are bringing these conversations to you because it's something you probably could relate to or get something from. In this conversation in particular, we were talking about the challenge of work-life balances.
Ah, there it is.
And that's when we were like, wait,
how can I not remember that? Woo.
But
okay.
What is your idea when you look at a work-life balance, Beyonce? Because I feel like we have two different. I feel like live it out more than I do.
So, how so? I think everyone pretty much lives it out. You know what I mean?
No, I feel like you live out the balance of work life better than I do.
Okay.
You still go out. You're still going out daily on the weekends, whether it's work or not. You're going to other places. You're going to travel. You do all that. If I'm not working, I'm going to sleep. You yell at me every other day for going home to take a nap. And you're like, it's such a beautiful day out. You have to go live. And I'm like, no, I'm going to sleep.
We cannot take naps in life. We just cannot. We cannot afford to take a nap in life. Okay, I'll give you that because you're right. I go. Sometimes I probably go a little too hard.
Yeah.
But there's a reason for everything. And as I was explaining to you earlier this week, I think that we are programmed in a certain way to be able to handle what we have to do. I think that might be the best way of putting it, because I do an absolute lot. I do so much, whether it's, iHeart, my professional career, community service things that I'm involved in, family, relationship. It's a lot. It's a lot. Travel. But you have to know the balance in order for it to work. You don't want to burn yourself out so that you have no energy to do what you're supposed to do. And then at the same time, you don't want to take naps and miss out on what's going on in the world around you and enjoy your life and reap some of the benefits of the labor that you're putting in. Simply put, you got to be able to balance that thing. Now, it might be 60-40. Sometimes it might be 70-30. A lot of times it's 90-10. But you got to kind of have an even keel with both in order to be mentally stable, emotionally, physically. Physically is really important. And spiritually. So that's what we were talking about. I don't know how it got real deep. You're right. It did get deep at a point.
Well, it got deep because I'm trying to think exactly. I remember where it ended. And I remember the point where we were like, wait, stop. But I'm trying to think of what led it to it. I know for me, younger Ryan, a few years back, I would have FOMO. I would have the fear of missing out on something.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've become I'm just trying to grind. Like my blinders are up and I'm just trying to grind to that end goal. That I do hate that I miss birthdays and I miss parties and I miss, all that stuff that I feel like I should be doing in my 20s. But I feel like I'm in a season now of just grind, right? And then I feel like I'm really doing things that I've always said I wanted to do. So that gives me joy inside.
Yeah.
But then it was like, I think I told you, it was like a few weekends back. And I was like, how do you mix it? Because all my life, I don't want to be able to be like, I'm reaching for this highest point of my career, because I feel like we're always going to be reaching for what we think we could have.
Absolutely.
Even I'm sure Oprah is like, I could be doing even more than what I'm doing now. So we're always going to be reaching. So I think for me now, as I've started reaching, I'm trying to figure out in my life, how do I reach and enjoy life? But also because the schedules in my life, sleep is coming before enjoying right now. So what happens is I work, sleep, work, sleep. The enjoyment part, it's not fitting in my schedule, but I'm okay with that. I really am right now, at least. But
Okay, so if you're okay with it, what's the argument here?
The argument is although I'm okay with it right now because I'm doing what I love, and I'd rather do that than just being out at a party. You go to one party, it's all the same thing.
Pretty much.
What I'm looking down is like down the road. Of although I may, God willing, I may continue to grow in my career. Eventually, I got to figure out this work-life balance. And we were talking about that, and then that's when I asked you the question. A lot of times they say your career or your family or your relationship is supposed to fulfill you, right? Yeah. And we know people in our industry, me and you personally, that their career is everything to them. And I didn't want to get to the level of that let's keep it a buck. Me and Beyonce are in a career that you could be in one day, out the next.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be out the next. And then because it was only career and sleep, I have nothing left to give. And then I'm empty. And that's when I said, what about when you finally reach that point of success where you feel like I've been reaching, but right now I made it to that point, but you still feel empty.
In life, we never reach the point of success. That's how I look at it. Like you said, when you gave the analogy of Oprah, as big as she is, bigger than life, she's still got some goals that she wants to reach. She still has some successes that she's trying to get to. Yeah. So in my personal opinion, I can't speak for you or anyone else watching or listening to this podcast. In my personal opinion, success, like, when do you attain it? Do we ever really attain success the way that we want to? Now, we may have some goals. I may have a goal to be an actress. Well, if someone hits me up one day like, hey, Beyonce, I want you to star in this play, or hey, I got a role for you. After I fulfill that, that's not the end of it for me. Right. Because guess what? There's something else Beyonce wants to do. Right. And then after that, there's something else Beyonce Fox wants to do. So in my opinion, success, it's attainable, but is it really like the end all be all at the end of the day? Can we really be successful, period? No, we're always going to be wanting success. We're always going to reach for something. But I hear what you're saying. For some, like what they do is like their life. And if that's taken away from them, what do they have left? You know what I mean? That's why it's important to not take so many naps so that you can be out and about and getting your hand in other things and networking and doing other things so you have something to fall back on in the event that that thing you put so much into is no longer there.
3 things. Number 1, I agree with that statement. Number 2, I'm going to take a pause right here. If y'all see me cussing Beyonce out by the end of this episode, it's because you see, she's trying it. You keep trying to come for my naps.
Said no 28-year-old be taking a nap.
Says who?
Period.
Says who?
Says me. Okay, what's number 3?
Number 3, I agree with you, right? But a few minutes ago, you even said an important part of this is taking care of your physical. So if you know the state that I am in, and you know my lifestyle, a nap or sleep,
I give you that,
has to come. You have even seen me here at iHeart, where you have even looked at me. Skip you. Y'all have even watched me on this podcast and even been like, Ryan, you need to go to sleep. People have texted me after the podcast like, Ryan, go to sleep. I just watched the episode. Go to sleep. So I think I'm fighting with my body, actually, because although my body is like, okay, I need sleep. Yeah. My mind is also like what you're saying, like, Ryan, go to the birthday party or go do this or go do that. But then the other side of my mind is like, that means I have to get up. That means I have to drive. That means I have to get ready. That means I'm not going to get home to then. That means I have to get home late and then I got to be up early. So maybe this whole argument that I'm having with myself internally and what you're talking to me about, maybe right now, the season that I'm in, work life does not exist.
That could be, yeah. And there you go. Because of your goals.
And I'm okay with that. And I'm
Yeah.
okay with that.
Because and you that's a good point. Because of your goals and what you're trying to accomplish, sometimes there is no balance. Sometimes
Yeah.
you got to put 80 into this and you
Yeah.
only going to get 20 from this. Period. It depends on where you are in life, what your goal is specifically, what you're trying to do. You're
And I
absolutely
honestly,
right.
and I'm good with that. Like I told you off mic when we were having the conversation, what I'm doing now is literally things that I have been praying for. Like I've gone back and looked at my journals, and it's what I was asking God for. I didn't know what company or what team it was going to be with, but
Right.
these are things that I was reaching for, and now it's happening. So I wouldn't want it any other way. I
Yeah.
think when that day we were having the conversation, in my mind though, I was thinking, although this season I'm okay with it right now, I know me. And as I am doing what I'm loving now, and I
Hmm.
still have more goals, I don't want to just keep this same mindset as I
Okay.
grow in different seasons
Yeah.
to where I'm 40 years old and I'm like, I did not live my career was amazing, but did I
Right.
live? And I
Right.
think that was like the only thing that I was getting scared of. Like, I'm okay with it right now, but I don't
Hmm.
want to get stuck in that way as I grow in my career. Because
And
one
as you grow, I was going to say, as you grow, you're going to be able to automatically know what to put into what. How
Mm,
much energy and time you're going to put into this, how much energy and time you're going to put into that. That just comes with experience and wisdom and
yeah.
growth as a person. Period. You so yeah, it'll come. I've mastered it. Okay, I have mastered it.
Yeah.
22 years, 21 years in radio, and I still grind. And people are like, B, how do you do it? It's what I love. I'm passionate about what I do. And it's some days, and you've seen me in here some days like, oh my God, Ryan, oh my God, oh my, when you couple what you do professionally
Before
with
we
your
started
personal,
recording this podcast
oh yeah, that, yeah, yeah, happened
today.
today. Yeah, yeah, happens quite a bit, but I'm able to make it work. You never see me fail at it, do you? It
Yeah.
happens, it works. At the end of the day, it's done.
Well, and
So,
I think for me, the blessing is that I'm loving what I'm doing, and that's the reason why I'm not able to go to other things. You know what I'm saying? Like
oh yeah.
I love being radio. I love being an in-game host. Like that's what I want to do. So
Mhm.
that makes me satisfied in the end.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, I just had to realize too, my path is different where I may not be able to do the club every weekend like a normal person my age may be able to do that. They work Monday through Friday. On the weekends, they going out, they having fun.
Hmm.
Would I like that lifestyle? I'm sure it's fun. Like I've been to clubs. I'm not saying I don't go out,
Right.
but I just someone told me this weekend, and it really stick with me. They were just like, Ryan, your purpose right now is different, and you have to understand that the calling on your life is different from your counterparts. Not saying it's greater, not saying it's better. It's just different.
Different.
And I
Yeah.
think I had a struggle with accepting and learning that because God has given me everything that I've been praying for and I've been wanting. But then I'm
Hmm.
like, dang, Lord, I don't want to miss out on my 20s, like being out in
Yeah.
Chicago. Like everyone else is like, yo, we going out, Ryan, you coming? And
Hmm.
I'm like, no, I'm getting ready for this, or I'm going to work, or I'm going to do this, this, and that.
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
didn't want to have FOMO. Like back in the day, I would have had crazy FOMO by now.
Hmm.
I just don't want that to come back up.
Yeah, but no, you'll be able to trust me. You'll be able to balance it and get in there and know what's priority. That's another thing. What's
Yeah.
priority, and what are things that you just absolutely positively have to do? But it's okay to take a nap and then maybe go out with your friends later in the evening. You know
Say
what I
that again.
mean? uh Go out with your friends later in the evening and enjoy a drink, or
Yeah.
something fun to do, because you have to balance. You don't want to go so hard with work all the time that you're burned out and you're like, oh, I wish I could have, if I could have, would have, should have. You don't want that.
And you know
So
what's so dope though, B?
baby steps.
Both of my jobs that I'm in, they're the ones that tell me exactly what you're telling me. I'm
Oh.
the crazy one that's like, work, work, work. Gotta go.
Yep.
Work. They're
Yep.
literally like, Ryan, chill. And
Hmm.
it's so crazy. I was talking to my family member. I get it from my dad is work, work, work. Like we get that grind work mentality. My mom
Yeah.
is a teacher, so you already know she puts in the work too. But my mom is like, she's gonna take the vacation and go see the
Hmm.
family. Like my dad is, we're work oriented. And then his father, I told you, like even when he was dealing with health issues, would still do that and go to work. Or my grandma now, who's turning 90 in October, still works Monday through Friday and enjoys it. And it gives her a sense of joy. And to wake up in the morning, like on her days off, she'll be mad. Like, I ain't got nothing to do. I could have gone to work. And I'm like, yo, grandma, like sit at home. And I had to realize, like, and I'm so grateful that I have that grind, that work ethic. But I just want to be like, I need a little bit of the balance.
Yeah, and take it. Just do it. After you get off work one day, go have a drink with your friends, or if you know there's an event coming up, put it on your calendar so that you can mentally prepare for it. If they're like, hey, Ryan, on this day, we're going to hang out, go down Navy Pier, get on the boat, woo, do it. Do it, dude. You can do it. Seriously.
The only events on my phone reminders right now is like what time I need to take the nap. Like, so it'll be like, okay, today at 3 o'clock, I got my haircut, but at 4 o'clock we're going to take the nap.
No 28-year-old should be taking naps. Beyonce, that's all I'm going to say.
We can do a poll. There's no age cutoff of naps.
Yes, there is.
There's no age cutoff of naps.
Yes, we will not be taking naps. So sacrifice, work hard, sacrifice, be able to know what you can do and what you can't do mentally. Don't overdo it physically, because if we get in a rut where we're doing too much and we physically don't have the strength or the power to do something, then that's not good. So it'll come, like I said, it'll come with experience. You'll be like, oh, shoot, yeah, I got this, but I'm gonna do this. I'm step over here for a minute. Ooh, I've had to sacrifice travel. You know, when you first met me, I was gone at least 3 weekends out of the 4 of every month. And I don't travel. What's that look for, Ryan?
Beyonce, you don't travel because we were in a pandemic. What the? What?
Hold on. Let me finish.
No.
The pandemic's been over for a minute.
No, you don't travel because of pandemic. Beyonce.
Ryan, I've had to sacrifice traveling as much as I used to because, you know, things have shifted at work and in personal life and stuff like that. So I'm normally on a plane a lot. Now I'm on the plane a lot. Like it used to be a lot.
What?
Now it's just a lot.
I hate you, G. I hate you for that. You really try making sense of that, because I'm literally like, Beyonce, I know 3 trips you just took within the past month, if that.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like I have sacrificed my travel.
But you know what? I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you have this because we're having an open dialogue. I'm not judging you, so I'm gonna let you have this. You're right.
No, really, like literally this week I was supposed to be in Barcelona and I'm here at work because I love my job and I have a lot of things to do here in the community that I want to get done. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to knock out some stuff that's happening in the community. And that fulfills me. Honestly, that fulfills me. So Barcelona can be next week or the week after or whatever. Again, you got to know when to balance and prioritize.
Now, one thing I will give Beyonce, and I'm going to be nice because on the last episode, I got a lot of slack for all my comments. Y'all were sending Beyonce messages on what not to say.
Thank you, y'all. Thank y'all.
But what I will say too, though, is Beyonce does put in the work. Like, you are literally here. When I arrive for the morning show, hours later, we'll be texting and she'll be like, oh, I'm still here. So I will say, although you do all the traveling, I admire that's your way of saying, okay, now I'm going to enjoy life, or now I'm going to enjoy all the hard work that I put in. I'm now going to reap it and reap the benefits of it. So I do, although I tease you, I do respect that. And even seeing how you'll be like, I'll wake up one day and just decide where I'm going to go. And I'm just like, how, Sway? Like, how do you not plan that? What? Anxiety. I'm 10. What?
When it happens, it'll happen. So you get prepared for it because it's going to happen to you too. I guarantee it real soon. And you're a hard worker too. Oh my God. Like, if y'all don't know about Ryan Media Lee, he is like, how do you even describe this dude? This man can do anything in any department. All people do is call him on a whim. He gets employee of the quarter every time we have a staff meeting. He's just amazing. And then you're doing your thing with the White Sox now, in addition to, you know, your family stuff. And you're like a big socialite type guy. Everybody knows and loves you. So don't give me that, Ryan. Balance that stuff out. Enjoy your life. And seriously, let's put a limit on some of those naps. Thank you.
I've taken one every day this week so far. Yeah. So
Sir.
yeah.
Sir.
Now they're not as long. Like now, honestly, I'll just do a 15, 20 and I'll wake up and be like, dang, I just slept for hours. And then I'll be like, oh, it's only 15 minutes. My mom told me that's when your body really was tired though.
Okay. I didn't know they were that short. Okay.
Now they used to be like 2 hours. But
Oh
now
my God. Do you know what you're missing out on life in 2 hours?
But now literally they'll be like 15, 20 minutes and I will wake up feeling like I slept for 2 hours. And my mom has always told me that means your body really was tired.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, I'll let you know, but today's nap day for sure. We nap every day.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll probably be here till 7 o'clock tonight. Yeah. Yeah.
You'll be Barcelona next week.
Maybe. We'll see. Shade.
Guys.
Okay. So that is episode 63 of the We'll Just Agree to Disagree podcast. I'm Beyonce Fox, and you can follow me on all social media at BIONCEFOXX.
I am Ryan Media Lee. You can follow us also on YouTube, Instagram at We'll Just Agree to Disagree. And we'll be back next week, episode 64.
Wow, going fast, man. We're coming up on 100 episodes.
Yeah, we only have like, what, 36 left?
Maybe we can do our 100th episode from Barcelona.
I'm not going to cuss you out this episode. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Just a suggestion.
I don't even have a passport.
Oh, boy, bye. Yeah, okay. Take a nap. See ya.